How's it going, everybody? Pozermobil here, bringing you some absolute bangers that are all on sale on the PlayStation Store for the Game Awards sale that runs through December 15th. As usual, I've scoured this sale for all the full games, game bundles, and premium editions that are at the lowest price they've been in recent history, and are at least a 70 on OpenCritic or Game Rankings. So if that sounds like the kind of video you want to see, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss my coverage of any new sales that Sony puts out. I'm trying to get to 25k by the end of 2026, so every bit helps. Alright, that's enough yapping for me, let's get into the video. For $39.99, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is a striking turn-based RPG set in a Belle Epoque-inspired world, where the Paintress erases anyone who reaches her newly painted number, pushing Expedition 33 into a desperate final mission filled with growing dread and rising stakes. Its reactive combat blends traditional strategy with real-time dodging, parrying, free-aim targeting, and rhythmic combo timing, letting you tailor builds through gear, skills, and clever party synergies that reward precision. As you travel with Gustav, Mael, and the crew, you'll explore surreal landscapes, uncover the truth behind past expeditions, and recruit unusual allies that open up hidden paths and secret areas throughout the world. It's a 92 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. For $37.49, Split Fiction is a lively, fast-paced co-op adventure where two writers, Mio and Zoe, get trapped inside their own stories after a device meant to extract ideas goes haywire in spectacular fashion. Its split-screen design demands tight coordination as you and a partner swap between sci-fi and fantasy worlds, mastering new abilities, solving clever puzzles, and tackling wildly different challenges that constantly remix the gameplay experience. From escaping a collapsing star to hoverboarding through futuristic skylines or even dance battling a monkey, every chapter delivers surprising twists, diverse mechanics, and a strong focus on collaboration that deepens the duo's evolving friendship throughout their journey. It's a 91 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $34.99, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is a grounded first-person action RPG set in 15th century Bohemia, following Henry of Skalitz on a gripping journey of revenge, identity, and loyalty against a backdrop of political unrest and social upheaval. Explore a richly realized medieval world of dense forests, bustling towns, intricate politics, and morally complex choices, while shaping Henry's skills, reputation, and relationships through reactive RPG systems that respond meaningfully to your actions and decisions. Combat is weighty and tactical, with historically inspired weapons, horseback encounters, stealth options, and precise timing that makes every duel feel intense, personal, and full of strategic depth. It's an 89 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 130 hours to platinum. For $34.99, Metaphor Refantazio is a sweeping fantasy RPG from the creators of Persona 3, 4, and 5, following a young hero and his fairy companion Gallica as they fight to lift a deadly curse from a lost prince across a sprawling, beautifully realized, and magical kingdom. Explore a vibrant world full of mysteries and hidden lore, traveling by gauntlet runner to distant towns and dangerous dungeons, while managing quests, relationships, virtues, and richly written character bonds. Its hybrid combat blends strategic turn-based planning with exciting real-time actions, letting you mix and match archetypes to craft powerful job combinations that change your party's abilities and playstyle. It's a 93 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 100 hours to platinum. For $15.99, Resident Evil 4, the 2023 remake, is a masterfully reimagined, genre-defining survival horror experience that modernizes the classic with stunning visuals, refined controls, and an expanded, emotionally charged narrative bursting with atmosphere. 6 years after the Raccoon City outbreak, Agent Leon S. Kennedy is sent to rescue the president's kidnapped daughter from a remote European village, where the locals are twisted by a mysterious, horrifying infection. The game delivers tense, cinematic encounters with relentless enemies, beautifully detailed environments, and reworked combat that blends strategy, precision, and sheer panic in equal measure, making every encounter feel fresh, brutal, and unforgettable. It's a 92 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $7.99, It Takes Two is a wildly creative, genre-blending co-op adventure where you and a partner tackle imaginative platforming challenges while helping a fractured couple mend their relationship through constant teamwork, cooperation, and communication. You'll master unique paired abilities across constantly shifting levels full of inventive mechanics, clever puzzles, and playful set pieces that mix heartfelt storytelling with laugh-out-loud chaos and surprising emotional depth. With everything from rampaging appliances to over-the-top love gurus, the game keeps surprising you as you work together, communicate, and experiment your way through its vibrant, emotional journey filled with memorable moments. It's an 88 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $59.39, Stellar Blade Complete Edition is a high-octane action RPG set in a post-apocalyptic Earth, where humanity has fled to a space colony and only Eve can reclaim the planet from the monstrous Naytiba. Slash through fast, fluid combat with graceful yet brutal combos, unlock weapon upgrades, and face epic bosses while piecing together the mysteries of a ruined civilization, uncovering a story full of intrigue, human tragedy, shocking revelations, unexpected twists, and emotional depth. This complete edition includes the base game, digital deluxe content, twin expansion packs, special costumes, in-game currency, and bonus crossover items for added customization and replayability. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. For $19.49, Blueprints is a genre-defying mystery strategy puzzle adventure set in the ever-shifting manor of Mount Holly, where every door you open reshapes the world around you and guides your journey toward the elusive Room 46, full of hidden secrets and unexpected surprises. Draft each room carefully, uncovering unique challenges, secrets, and items that can be used creatively to progress, while the manor resets each day, forcing you to adapt strategies and plan ahead with precision and foresight. As you explore deeper, uncover a hidden history of blackmail, political intrigue, and the disappearance of a local children's book author, revealing that the past is far closer and far darker than it first appears. It's a 90 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 80 hours to platinum. For $39.99, Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2 bundle is the ultimate Western saga, delivering 2 critically acclaimed action-adventure epics in one package. In Red Dead Redemption, former outlaw John Marston must hunt down his old gang to save his family, traveling across the vast American West and Mexico while confronting a blood-stained past, with the Undead Nightmare expansion adding a thrilling zombie apocalypse twist. Red Dead Redemption 2 follows Arthur Morgan and the Vanderlyn gang in 1899, balancing loyalty, morality, and survival as federal agents move in. Explore the massive open-world solo or online in Red Dead Online, hunting, trading, and building a life across mountains, swamps, and towns. It's a 95 average on OpenCritic, average trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 240 hours to get both platinums. For $47.99, Dying Like the Beast puts you in the shoes of Kyle Crane, a survivor transformed by both human and zombie DNA, struggling to control his inner beast while seeking revenge on the man who tortured him. Set in the beautiful but deadly Castor Woods, the game blends open-world exploration, first-person parkour, primal combat, and dynamic day-night cycles where danger escalates after sunset, forcing you to run, hide, or fight for survival. Switch between human and beast playstyles, unleash savage melee attacks, drive off-road vehicles, and form fragile alliances, solo or in up to 4-play co-op, to master traversal, combat, and survival in a world full of tension, beauty, and decay. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 65 hours to platinum. For $20.99, Shinobi Art of Vengeance is a stunning 2D action platformer with hand-drawn visuals from the team behind Streets of Rage 4, putting you in the shoes of legendary ninja Joe Musashi on a quest to avenge his clan after the village is destroyed and kin turned to stone. Master precise ninja arts, including the katana oborozuki, kunai, ninjutsu, and ninpo, to execute devastating combos, acquire amulets for enhanced abilities, and use ningi tools to overcome obstacles and uncover hidden paths. Journey through over a dozen stylistic stages, from military bases to scorching deserts, solving platforming challenges and discovering secrets, in a richly animated, action-packed adventure. It's an 87 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $10.49, Star Wars Jedi Survivor continues Cal Kestis' journey in a thrilling third-person action adventure where the galaxy grows darker, more dangerous, and full of unexpected challenges, forcing him to confront the Empire and survive against overwhelming threats at every turn. You'll master enhanced force powers, new lightsaber combat styles, and creative ability combos to take on challenging enemies, while navigating cinematic encounters that test timing, skill, strategy, and careful observation. Explore diverse planets and untamed frontiers filled with unique biomes, hazards, and secrets, all while uncovering an emotionally driven story about loyalty, sacrifice, and the Jedi legacy. It's an 84 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $34.99, F1 25 is the official video game of the 2025 FIA Formula 1 World Championship, putting you in the driver's seat to leave your mark on the world of racing and experience the thrill of high-speed, precision driving like never before. Experience My Team 2.0 to create your own F1 story as team owner and driver, take on the legacy-focused Breaking Point 3, and extend Connor Sport challenges across career and My Team modes. Customize cars and liveries, race on accurately LiDAR-scanned circuits including Suzuka, and tackle new online co-op events with friends, all while enjoying updated cinematics, podium scenes, and reverse track options for a fully immersive racing experience. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $49.99, Doom the Dark Ages Premium Edition plunges you into a brutal medieval war against Hell as a legendary Doomslayer, featuring the base game, campaign DLC, digital artbook and soundtrack, and the Divinity Skin Pack with matching skins for the Slayer, Dragon, and Atlan. Step in blood-stained boots in this dark fantasy sci-fi action prequel, unleashing devastating weapons like the Super Shotgun and Shield Saw, piloting massive Atlan mechs and mecha dragons, and performing over-the-top glory kills across expansive, demon-infested battlefields. Explore ruined castles, ancient hellscapes, dark forests, and ancient realms filled with mystery, challenge, and rewards in a high-octane cinematic adventure. It's an 86 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $19.99, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound fuses the classic side-scrolling lore of the original Ninja Gaiden series with the depth and intensity of modern 3D entries, creating an epic, thrilling adventure. Journey with Kenji Mozu as he rises to defend Hayabusa Village when the barrier between the human and demon world shatters during Ryu Hayabusa's absence, unleashing a terrifying army, while combining old-school pick-up-and-play action with modern precision that challenges your skills through tight mechanics, brutal combat, and strategic mastery. Featuring meticulously crafted pixel art, stunning enemy designs, and cinematic sequences, every fight is a feast for the eyes in this reimagined chapter of the Ninja Gaiden saga. It's an 86 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $22.49, Rematch is a skill-based third-person football experience that puts you at the heart of the action, where every tackle, dribble, shot, and decision matters, testing your reflexes, precision, stamina, and strategic thinking. With no player stats to rely on, victory comes from timing, coordination, and teamwork in fast-paced matches that blend arcade-style excitement with deep tactical gameplay, challenging both individual skill and collective strategy. Dive into online multiplayer with competitive modes, seasonal content, ranked leagues, and non-stop, fouls-free action that rewards mastery, creativity, and adaptability, making every match an intense, thrilling test of football prowess. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $47.99, Jurassic World Evolution 3 lets you build and manage your own Jurassic World, overseeing over 85 prehistoric species, breeding and nurturing them across generations while managing their social needs and observing fascinating new behaviors like semi-aquatic dinosaurs swimming and pterosaurs walking on land. Craft stunning parks with advanced terrain editing, modular scenery, and attractions like balloon tours and Cretaceous cruises, then share creations via the Frontier Workshop with the community. Embark on a globetrotting campaign with familiar faces like Dr. Ian Malcolm, balancing human interests and dinosaur welfare while managing disasters, escaped dinos, and park efficiency. It's an 84 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $35.99, Lumines Arise Digital Deluxe Edition is a mind-blowing, fiendishly addictive reinvention of the classic puzzle game, combining synesthetic visuals, infectious beats, and the all-new burst mechanic across over 35 stages of lush jungles, neon streets, surreal landscapes, and outer space, each filled with unique challenges and secrets. Match blocks, craft insane combos, and master rhythm-driven gameplay in single-player or online multiplayer, while customizing your Lumi avatar with the largest selection ever offered. Featuring a pulsing soundtrack by Hydelic, optional VR, and stunning 4K, every stage delivers sensory immersion that's easy to pick up but endlessly challenging to master. It's an 87 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $48.99, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 Deluxe Edition continues the award-winning Hellblade saga with a brutal, cinematic journey through Viking Iceland, blending psychosis-driven storytelling, intense combat, and hauntingly realized environments filled with ancient ruins, snowy landscapes, and mythic creatures. Battle inner and outer darkness as Senua fights to save those oppressed by tyranny, with stunning visuals, immersive haptic feedback, and audio that heightens every encounter, exploration, and emotional moment. The Deluxe Edition includes the original Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice enhanced for PS5 with enhanced graphics and the original soundtrack, letting players experience the full saga. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $14.99, Baby Steps is a physics-based walking adventure where you control Nate, an unemployed fail son who discovers his only real skill, putting one foot in front of the other, as he stumbles through a foggy, mysterious world. You'll manually place each step while climbing hills, slipping down muddy paths, and navigating precarious terrain in a slow but satisfying journey that turns every fall into goofy physical comedy. With its fully simulated movement, dynamic soundtrack built from hundreds of reactive musical cues, expressive wildlife, and deliberately awkward traversal that makes even small victories feel huge, it creates a quirky, charming, and oddly therapeutic experience. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, and I'm not sure about trophy difficulty or time to platinum as it's such a small sample size. For $47.99, Silent Hill F Deluxe Edition plunges players into a chilling psychological horror in 1960s Japan, as Shimizu Hinako navigates her fog-shrouded town of Ebisuguaka, facing grotesque monsters, twisted corridors, and nightmarish illusions that blur reality and madness. Solve intricate puzzles, confront terrifying creatures, and make inescapable choices that shape your path, all while immersed in haunting music by Akira Yamaoka and the darkly atmospheric world envisioned by Ryukishi07. The deluxe edition includes the full game, digital art book, digital soundtrack, and a pink rabbit costume, offering additional story, visuals, and customization to deepen the experience. It's an 86 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $40.19, The Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion Remastered Deluxe Edition modernizes the 2006 Game of the Year with stunning visuals, refined gameplay, and a vast, meticulously recreated Cyrodiil, where every forest, city, and dungeon invites exploration and adventure. Forge your own path as warrior, assassin, sorcerer, or blacksmith, mastering swordplay, magic, and moral choices while facing the forces of Oblivion across the plains of Tamriel. The deluxe edition includes the base game, digital art book and soundtrack, Shivering Isles and Knights of the Nine expansions, plus new quests with unique Akatosh and Mehrunes Dagon armor, weapons, horse sets, and additional downloadable content for a complete epic adventure. It's a 93 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $19.49, Date Everything puts a magical twist on dating sims, where your house comes alive and objects become dateable, each with unique personalities, stories, and possible friendships, rivalries, or romances. Equip the mysterious date beaters and explore branching narratives with over 100 fully voice-acted characters, each offering at least 3 endings, clever puns, hidden secrets, minigames, and countless unexpected surprises across an unpredictable, humor-filled journey. With so many relationships to navigate, every choice shapes your story, creating a wildly inventive, endlessly replayable experience filled with memorable moments, unexpected twists, and hilarious scenarios. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 9 out of 10, and about 110 hours to platinum. For $23.99, 2 Point Museum lets you design, manage, and develop incredible museums across 5 unique main locations: prehistory, aquarium, supernatural, science, and space, plus 3 pop-up museums, sandbox mode, and over 200 exhibits to uncover. Send your team of partially trained experts on expeditions to gather rare artifacts, then maintain exhibits, handle mischievous guests and thieves, and manage staff to ensure smooth operations while customizing layouts, thematic areas, and guided tours to maximize engagement. With over 350 decorative items, over 30 exhibit subcategories, and 18 guest types, each decision shapes your museum's atmosphere, success, and visitor satisfaction in a deeply immersive simulation. It's an 85 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 100 hours to platinum. For $23.99, Octopath Traveler 2 is a stunning new entry in the beloved series, blending HD 2D pixel art and 3D CG to create a beautifully detailed, immersive world where 8 travelers each follow unique paths filled with personal goals, intriguing conflicts, and emotional storylines. Explore Celistia's diverse regions, from bustling cities to open seas, engage in strategic combat using familiar break and boost mechanics, while developing each character's jobs, skills, and path actions to shape your journey. With day-night cycles, dynamic towns, and countless choices influencing your adventure, every decision matters as you carve your own story across a rich, evolving landscape. It's an 85 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 90 hours to platinum. For $38.49, Monster Hunter Wilds is an epic action RPG where the force of nature runs wild and environments transform drastically, challenging you to hunt powerful monsters, craft weapons and armor, and uncover the connections between humans and the creatures of the Forbidden Lands. Explore dynamic regions with constantly shifting weather and periods of plenty, fallow, and inclemency, where monsters adapt, hunt in packs, and demand evolving strategies to survive, while forging bonds with hunting partners and expedition allies to aid your quest. With a rich narrative following the Boy Nada and the Guild's expedition into uncharted lands, every hunt is as strategic as it is exhilarating. It's an 89 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 120 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Dredge is a darkly atmospheric fishing adventure where you captain a trawler across remote islands, exploring hidden depths, completing quests, and uncovering the mysterious histories, eerie legends, and sinister secrets of each location. Upgrade your boat, unlock advanced equipment, and trawl deep-sea trenches to access rare fish, valuable curios, and hidden treasures, extending your reach to far-off lands while balancing survival, strategy, and commerce. Manage resources carefully, navigate unpredictable weather, and interact with strange island inhabitants, but beware. What lurks in the dark waters may be far more sinister and otherworldly than the creatures you catch. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $39.99, Silent Hill 2 Deluxe Edition is a masterful psychological survival horror game where James returns to the fog-shrouded town of Silent Hill after receiving a letter from his deceased wife, encountering the mysterious Maria along the way. Explore an expanded, chilling world with larger environments, over-the-shoulder camera perspectives, and evolved combat that combines dodging, aiming, and strategic weapon use, all while uncovering the haunting story that cemented this game as a series classic. The Deluxe Edition adds a digital art book, soundtrack, and a Pyramid Head mask skin for James, with ray-traced visuals and immersive soundscapes enhancing every terrifying step through the town. It's an 87 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $48.99, Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is a high-speed arcade racer that sends Sonic and Sega's iconic characters across land, sea, air, space, and warp dimensions, using travel rings that dynamically transform each race mid-lap, with constant surprises and chaotic momentum shift. Race solo or online across 24 tracks and 15 crossworlds, choosing from the largest roster in series history, while mastering unpredictable layouts, power-ups, and dimension-shifting shortcuts that reward skillful driving. Customize your ride with 45 vehicles and 70 gadgets, build strategies around powerful items, and compete in everything from local split-screen and party modes to ranked online matches and time trials. It's an 84 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. For $29.39, Dragon's Dogma 2 is a sprawling, narrative-driven action RPG that lets you forge your own legend as the Arisen in a deeply immersive fantasy world shaped by choice, consequence, and dynamic combat across vast, living regions. Customize your vocation, party composition, gear, and approach to every encounter, while battling towering monsters using physics-driven systems, smart enemy AI, and flexible combat that rewards creativity, positioning, and preparation. Journey alongside pawns, mysterious otherworldly companions that feel like real players, adding strategic depth, emergent moments, memorable encounters, and constant unpredictability to both exploration and intense boss battles. It's an 87 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $23.99, Banishers: Ghosts of New Eden is a narrative-driven action RPG set in 1695 North America, following ghost hunters Antea Duarte and Red McWraith as their fight against the supernatural turns tragically personal amid grief, loss, and impossible choices. Explore the haunted wilds of New Eden, investigate disturbing cases within isolated communities, and battle lingering spirits by combining Red's weapons with Antea's powerful spectral abilities and flexible, story-focused combat. Every case forces morally ambiguous decisions that shape the fate of the living and the dead, testing your vows, beliefs, and the emotional weight of choosing love over duty in a lore-rich world. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. For $47.99, Hell Is Us Deluxe Edition delivers a thrilling third-person action adventure where you play as Remy, exploring a semi-open world plagued by supernatural creatures, treacherous landscapes, and civil war. Armed with a drone named Copy and an arsenal of ancient melee weapons, face terrifying chimeras, uncover hidden secrets, solve environmental puzzles, and unravel the dark mystery behind the region's calamity, while navigating a world with no map, compass, or quest markers, making every choice uniquely impactful. The Deluxe Edition includes the Hollow Walker Pack and Full Guard Pack skins for Remy and Copy, an exclusive investigation, and the Arc Pack featuring the digital art book and original soundtrack. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $19.99, Street Fighter VI is the latest evolution of the legendary fighting franchise, powered by Capcom's RE engine and featuring 3 immersive modes: World Tour, Fighting Ground, and Battle Hub. Play as a roster of 18 iconic and new fighters, including Ryu, Chun-Li, Luke, Jamie, and Kimberly, each with redesigned looks, cinematic specials, and unique abilities, while mastering the evolved combat system with classic, modern, or dynamic controls, managing resources with the drive gauge, and experiencing real-time commentary for competitive matches. Explore World Tour as your avatar, learn from masters, and challenge rivals in the Battle Hub while enjoying Capcom's classic arcade games. It's a 91 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $20.99, A Plague Tale Requiem continues the harrowing story of siblings Amicia and Hugo as they journey to new lands, struggling to control Hugo's deadly curse while confronting devouring rats, cunning enemies, and treacherous environmental hazards at every turn. Explore vibrant cities, dark forests, and perilous landscapes, solving intricate puzzles, sneaking through shadows, and using a mix of weapons, tools, and Hugo's unearthly powers to survive in a brutal, breathtaking world twisted by supernatural forces. Experience an emotionally charged narrative that tests your choices, courage, and the lengths you'll go to protect those you love, in a gripping tale of survival, sacrifice, and resilience. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $10.49, Dead Space is a sci-fi survival horror experience where you play as Isaac Clarke, an engineer sent to repair the massive USG Ishimura, only to discover the crew dead, the ship overrun, and his partner Nicole missing somewhere in its darkened, blood-stained decks. You'll fight through twisted necromorphs using improvised engineering weapons, explore claustrophobic corridors in zero-gravity areas, and soak in rich environmental storytelling that constantly builds unrelenting dread. With its strategic dismemberment combat, incredible sound design, and an unsettling mystery that blends physical and psychological horror, it delivers a tense, atmospheric, and unforgettable deep space nightmare. It's an 89 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $39.99, Spider-Man 2 Digital Deluxe Edition delivers the full game plus early unlocks of the Arachnite and Shadow Spider suits, 10 additional suits, the Web Grabber gadget, extra photo mode items, and 5 extra skill points for enhanced gameplay. Play as Peter Parker and Miles Morales as they battle Venom, a new symbiote threat, and classic Marvel villains, swinging across an expansive, vibrant New York with faster traversal, web wings, and acrobatic combat. Switch seamlessly between the Spider-Men, harness Peter's symbiote powers and Miles' bioelectric abilities, and experience immersive haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, and Tempest 3D audio tech for thrilling, high-stakes superhero action. It's an 88 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $49.69, Astro Bot Digital Deluxe Edition launches you on a supersized intergalactic adventure across more than 50 handcrafted planets as you rescue Astro's scattered crew and rebuild the PS5 mothership using springy punches, rockets, giant sponges, and all-new power-ups to overcome challenges. Team up with iconic PlayStation heroes, dash, swing, and rocket punch through vibrant, immersive worlds, and enjoy enhanced DualSense features that make every interaction and obstacle feel alive, playful, and satisfying. The Deluxe Edition also includes Astro's Yarnum Hunter and Golden outfits, Neon Dream and Champion's Gold dual speeder colors, 10 PSN avatars, and a digital soundtrack and art gallery. It's a 95 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $39.99, The Last of Us Part 1 Digital Deluxe Edition rebuilds the acclaimed story of Joel and Ellie for PS5, featuring advanced visuals, DualSense integration, and modernized gameplay with enhanced environmental storytelling. Experience the full single-player story plus the prequel chapter Left Behind, with early unlocks including increased crafting and healing speed, upgraded ammo, explosive arrows, speedrun mode, 6 weapon skins, and the Ditherpunk filter for a fresh, customizable experience. This edition lets both longtime fans and newcomers explore the post-apocalyptic world with immersive combat, refined controls, expanded accessibility options, and heightened cinematic immersion. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. For $27.99, Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 lets you embody the superhuman skill and brutal might of a Space Marine, the Emperor's greatest warrior, battling the galaxy's horrors with devastating weaponry, awe-inspiring powers, and relentless tactics in both sprawling campaigns and confined war zones. Crush Tyranid swarms, defend humanity across epic solo missions, and coordinate with allies in intense 3-player co-op campaigns and replayable PvE challenges, unlocking new skills, powerful gear, and unique cosmetics. Engage in ferocious 6v6 PvP battles, uncover dark secrets across war-torn planets, improve your ultimate loyalty to the Imperium in fast-paced, gory, and endlessly replayable action. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Resident Evil Village is a chilling survival horror experience that blends classic tension with modern gameplay, delivering a terrifying, suspenseful, and unforgettable journey through a mysterious, fear-filled world. Set a few years after Resident Evil 7, Ethan Winters and his wife Mia are trying to live peacefully in a remote village, but their fragile tranquility is shattered when new horrors and deadly threats emerge, forcing Ethan to confront nightmarish creatures and unravel dark secrets. The game combines intense combat, exploration, puzzles, and environmental storytelling, with a richly detailed world and haunting atmosphere that keep every encounter thrilling and unpredictable. It's an 84 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Resident Evil 3, the 2020 version, is a fast-paced, intense survival horror remake that modernizes the classic with stunning visuals, refined controls, relentless tension, and a gripping, edge-of-your-seat atmosphere filled with fear and suspense throughout. You play as Jill Valentine, one of the last survivors in Raccoon City, navigating the chaos unleashed by the Umbrella Corporation while facing the unstoppable bioweapon nemesis at every turn. The game combines tight combat, strategic resource management, and cinematic set pieces with a constantly looming sense of danger, as every corner could hide deadly enemies and unpredictable encounters that push your skills and nerves to the limit. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $2.99, Yoku's Island Express is a charming open-world adventure where you play as Yoku, a tiny postman navigating Mokumana Island using a unique and inventive blend of pinball mechanics, platforming, and exploration. You'll seamlessly traverse lush beaches, snowy mountains, steamy hot springs, and hidden corners, completing quests, helping quirky locals, discovering secrets, and awakening ancient deities while uncovering the island's deep mysteries. The game combines physics-based gameplay, clever puzzles, and creative problem-solving with colorful, handcrafted environments, delightful characters, and a whimsical story that keeps every moment engaging, playful, and surprising. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $16.49, The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Anniversary Edition is a landmark open-world fantasy RPG celebrating over a decade of adventure, where you play as the prophesized Dragonborn destined to face ancient dragons and shape the fate of Tamriel. Explore a massive, richly detailed world, customize your character with hundreds of weapons, spells, and abilities, complete quests, engage in epic battles, and freely choose your path in a living, dynamic environment. This edition includes the core game, all 3 official add-ons, Dawnguard, Hearthfire, and Dragonborn, plus a vast array of Creation Club content, offering unparalleled freedom, depth, and replayability for both new and returning adventurers. It's a 95 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 125 hours to platinum. If you've played any of these already, drop your thoughts in the comments. Your insights help others find great games too, it's not just mine. As always, I want to thank all my channel members for their generous support, but to all you out there who watch, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff as well, thank you. You're the reason I'm still having fun making all these videos every day, and I'm genuinely grateful for each and every one of you out there. If you can spare $1 a month, you get early access to all my videos, and it helps me out more than you know. But I know times are tough out there, so all I do ask is if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with any new sales stuff that I put out. Leave a like and comment down below if you've got any of these platinums or plan on going for any of them.